Hello, everyone. I guess we're live. Hey.
Hello.
Hi,
I'm
Derek.
looking forward
Hello,
to this.
everyone.
Yes,
Hi,
I am looking
everyone.
forward.
Yes.
So we are here with the team from Clarivate again, with a different team. So this is the third time we are running this event or session, and it's create your future with Clarivate, right? So this is a place where anyone who's watching right now live can sort of interact with the team from Clarivate. We have their management team here today, and it's going to be like a rapid fire session with all of them. So this is actually streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. So anyone that's watching this live right now, if you have a question, you can just ask in the comments below, and we'll pick it up and we'll go. But I also have like tons of questions I want to ask the team now. But before we jump in, perhaps we would like the team to introduce themselves or to each other, maybe. So it's who's going first? It's Sri, right? I believe.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Derek. Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm Sri. I'm basically the patent annuities manager here in Clarivate. I've just recently joined the team at the beginning of first quarter of this year. So our team here mainly serves on the intellectual property side of Clarivate. So as far as patent annuities is concerned, we have a large team here who's basically helping the global customers to maintain their patent rights around the world. So we have a huge portfolio around the world, right? So we are helping the customers to actually protect their patent rights in many different countries. And also, as for my background, I come from a legal background. I was a practicing lawyer, specializing in intellectual property law mainly. So that includes like trademarks, copyrights, patents, and also industrial designs. Apart from that, I also have some experience in information technology, franchise, and personal data protection. So that's a bits of facts on me. I'll pass it on to someone who really enjoys compiling jigsaw puzzles and have spent consecutive weekends recently in finishing out one of those huge 1,000 bits of jigsaw
Oh
puzzles.
wow, who is this magical person?
Hello, I'm Rupin here. I'm the one, the
Rupin.
jigsaw enthusiast at the moment, spending time doing things with the family. So, well, it's nice to have everyone here who joined us. I'm actually the manager for the order quality team here in Clarivate. I've been with Clarivate for coming to 6 months now. So, my background is actually I've got a degree in computing. And but unfortunately, or I would say fortunately, I've all my jobs have got nothing to do with computing. I've got 10 over years of experience working in the offshore financial industry back in KL. And then once I moved back to Penang, I actually joined the order management teams. So since then, I've been working the order management department and currently leading the order validation team, order quality team here. And what my team does is actually when Kafai later he will introduce himself, right? When Kafai's team, which deals with sales orders, when they close the orders, my team is the one who goes in and checks if the orders have been closed completely and accurately to make sure that the invoices that are going out to the customers is all accurate and complete. So the aim here is to increase the customer delight. We want to make sure when the customers are looking at the invoices, they are happy with the invoices without any error, and then they'll make the payment on time. And the company will also be happy because payments is all collected on a timely manner. And now I'm going to introduce you to someone who has a way to distress after his working hours. He does it immediately after he finishes work. And that's Alex.
Thanks, Rupin. Thanks a lot. Right. Hi, my name's Alex, as how Rupin actually introduced me. Right. I am one of the senior managers in Clarivate, and I work within the global business centers, which is, we'll call it customer service. Right. I hold a degree in business IT. I have 21 years of experience in a customer service line itself, right? So a lot of years for me, right? I started out as a level 1, and from there I actually worked my way up. So I have seen how a frontline works, and today I'm one of the management itself, right? So I've seen all across the floor itself, right? I'm gonna pass it to one of my other colleagues as well. He has a very unique way of doing things, right? Basically, if he comes late for a meeting, he will actually do squats in front of the video itself, right? Go ahead, Kafai.
Hey, hi. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, this is something that I implemented in this MCO, and I also wish to wish everyone safe and well during this MCO period. Yeah, I mean, in the times of this virtual time, right, it's so easy that we can just click a button and we attend the meeting, just like even now, right? So to me, I make it a commitment on my side that if I'm late for any meetings, I would do squat in front of the person who's there just to show my sincerity in that. So I'm Kafai, by the way. So I'm one of the inside sales manager here in Global Business Center, Penang. I work with our talented team to serve our clients across Asia Pacific countries. I've been around in the workforce for about 15 years, holding various positions in both technical and also commercial areas, such as technical support, product management, marketing, marcom, sales management, and sales enablement. I had a degree in chemistry and biology, which later on I did a master's in biotechnology. Due to the involvement of my previous roles or even current roles in the commercial position, I decided to take up an MBA to further support my career. So on some of my personal interests, I love data analytics, technology, and I daydreams a lot on how we can innovate the world to be a better place. So I'm going to pass on to someone who believes in miracle, and miracle did happen. And there's no other than Shah, who is our customer service manager. So Shah, share with us your miracles.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining today. Hi Derek.
Hello,
Okay, so
Shah.
hi. My name is Sharifa, so everyone call me Shah. I'm the manager for Product Scholar One in Clarivate. Prior Clarivate, I work in an aviation company that is a UK base. I started as a normal consultant and I was being promoted yearly. So my last position was a ops manager, head of 5 department. Yeah, the company is in Penang as well. So yeah, about the miracle fact that Kafai told me just now. Actually, I was jobless for 2 months. Yeah, and then suddenly I was just scrolling the Facebook and LinkedIn. I saw Derek handsome face with the.
That's why
Previously,
I'm
it
here.
was called, yeah. Previously, it was called WOBB. Yeah, they are having this webinar live session. To be honest, I'm not quite patient. Yeah, if I watch any movie or any live, I would just wait until they record it until the end, and then I would like fast forward. But this is the only webinar that I've been very patient. I stay in front of the laptop for more than 1 hour, and then I did put up comments over there. I can't wait to be in Clarivate family. And then at that time also, I think to myself, I wish I am there to be one of the leaders and talk about the Clarivate. And ta-da! That's the miracle that Kafai was telling, yeah?
And now you are here.
Yes,
in the panel.
exactly. So I really wanted to thank everyone to give me this opportunity, okay?
Yeah, we
That's
love
all
you.
from me.
We love you here, Shah.
It's
I
a
love
really
you too,
funny story.
Kafai.
Yeah, yeah. Because the first time I heard the story, I was like, "Oh, I remember those comments." Because when I saw those comments, I thought, "Oh, did Clarivate plant someone to like say positive things?"
No.
Hey, it's genuine.
No, I know. Obviously, it's genuine. So
No.
now you're here. I'm really happy to hear this. So, so to all of you watching live, again, I have questions, but the priority be given to yours. So if you have any question, you just put it in the comments. We'll see it. We'll pick it up, and the team here will answer those questions. And one thing to just note is that currently Clarivate is obviously hiring, and they're hiring a lot across the board, right? Which is why we're having this conversation. But we won't deep dive into who or what roles they're hiring first. Let's just take some time to understand like who Claribade is, right, as a company. So one of my sort of like first questions to get it going, like how would you describe the business, right? Clarivate's business to us, the objectives and the goals of the business.
Well, maybe
Rafa, yeah.
I'll take on from there in this. And thank you so much for asking this question, right? I think I always begin with the name of the organization, right? So the name itself, Claribate, it actually brings from two words. One being the clarity, the other being the innovate. When you put both of these together, you get Claribate, right? So why these two words were specifically chosen in this case, right? So clarity means a lot to us because our role or our functions, right, we provide information to our clients. It has to be accurate, it has to be clear. That hence clarity was the word that was chosen, right? And what do our clients actually do with all this information that we provide for them, right? They use it to innovate the world. So therefore, these two words were very impactful and important for us. So what do we actually do with the organization, right? We have a group of talented people, scientists, businesses, or anything, right? They collect data around, and all these data, I would say, to what I understand, is even billions of data points where we feed it into our intelligence cloud, for which this cloud is accessible to our clients, where they pull this information down, that they will do their analysis. And from their analysis, they make the informed decision what they need in their organization in that case. So those decisions, we believe that it will help them to propel their current endeavors. In the case of research outcomes get to be done quicker. In the context of products, such as medical products, right, it gets approved to the market faster, for which patients who are in need of these solutions, right, gets it, and life can be saved from there. I hope that answers that, Derek.
Yeah, I love how the name Clarivate comes from clarity and innovate. It's like, it's so easy to remember, and in general also helps everyone understand like the goals of the company. We have Brian. It means that so for all of you watching, Brian is someone that helps us look at the comments. So if he pops up, it means we're taking a question from the public. So Brian, what's the question?
Hello. So the first question is from Aisha. So thank you so much. Just before we get into it, wherever you're watching from, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, if you ask the question, we'll be able to bring it up live and present it to the panelists as you see here, right? So Aisha's question here is, what are the main products? Just now Rupin mentioned that she deals with invoices. What are the main products of Clarifate?
Probably I'll take on from this one here, right? If it's okay, Rupin, right? So typically,
sure.
in Claribade, a lot of times you can't find anything tangible. Our products are not something that's tangible. So like I mentioned just now, we collect billions of data, right? So our products will be more towards to the content, right? So this product, we kind of like say we lease it out in a subscription model where our clients actually have access to it in that case. So where are these areas of focus, probably that might be of interest, right? We look into areas of drug discovery, research points, and also in terms of the patent and also IP per se. So this will be the three main areas, right? Yeah. Rupin, you could add on anything, right?
Yeah, I'll just add on a bit. Kafa, your question was spot on. Your answer was spot on. I just want to say that, we deal mainly with information. So it's not tangible things that we are dealing with. So we are actually providing the clients with information to make informed decision for their businesses and their operation. And mainly, if you think about Clarivate, we are actually helping out a lot of research, science companies, and those IP companies who, let's say, who have come up with a discovery, they don't know how to go about to make sure that discovery can be patented. So that is where they can come to Clarivate, because Clarivate is where they can get all the required information, because we have got a group of people who can do the research, who can check if that particular innovation or discovery has actually been found in the world. And if it has not been found, what can be done next for the research to be, continuously be done, and to make sure then eventually to be commercialized to the public, to the world. So just to sum it up. Thanks.
And just to add on, right? I think some of the services which is well known, right? Probably Aisha, you may have heard of it, right? You should come across things like Web of Science, Cortellis, Derwent, TechStrict, Pablons, EndNote, Scholar One, right? So these are some of the names that's well known in the market itself.
Thank you, everyone. So let me go back to one of my own questions. What are the most important values in the company or brand? Who wants to take this one?
Maybe I'll go
All right,
first.
Shah. All right, Shah.
At Clarivate, we don't just talk about company values. We demonstrate them in our daily work. Yeah. Our values permit what we do and a key part of our performance review process. So we aim for greatness. Yeah. Maybe the next person can say another two
Sure.
more values that we have. I left for you.
Yeah, maybe I can just add on to that, right? So we also have this value of value every voice. So that denotes that any feedbacks given are actually taken into account very seriously and given due consideration as well. So it can be from anyone from the organization, and of course, it's put together before it can be implemented. And that's not only related to work alone; it can be on the facilities in the office premises or any structure matters. So it basically covers any kind of feedback that's given, and I can actually tell you that quite a number of my team members have really complimented on that as well, and I'm pretty sure that it's across the board as well, because it's not just heard of, it's always implemented. And definitely it's something that we cannot really forgo, because it can be a small matter, but once it's implemented it makes a huge difference. So it's quite similar to also the other value that we have, that's own your actions, right? So when we do something, we want to be accountable for that. So even as managers, we all are quite aware of the actions that we do, and we want to be responsible not only for ourselves but also for the entire team. So those are the three core values that we actually have and have been practicing it well.
Oh, I love it. So clear and specific. As in, a lot of company core values would be, let's say, like quality or integrity, but at Claribate, it's like so clear, right? Like value every voice. It's like very unique. Definitely one of my favorite. Value every voice. I love that. On the comments, I can see there's Chin Chin, I believe, saying, "Can I be one of the Clarivate family members?" I think following your footsteps, Shah.
Who knows who
we
will be the
already have
next star?
someone already. Brian, you're
For
here.
sure.
What's the question?
Yes. So, well, Chin Chin, I mean, just to dive a little bit on Chin Chin's, like, yes, it is possible. Go check it out at heartly.com/Clarivate. Let me just bring up the link for you. That's how Shah just got started. She went to the Clarivate's website, or rather the career page here, applied, and here she is now, right? Oversimplified that a lot, but it is possible, right? So let me bring in a question first. Are you actually hiring for, or rather chances to have a position in Clarivate this August? Are you hiring like soon?
Next one to take this question.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, currently there are 20 over positions that are available, which you can actually access it through the link that he just mentioned earlier. So yeah, and of course the positions we're gonna have more positions in future, but currently there are 20, so you can probably go and have a look at the current positions first to see which one you want to try your luck in, because our webinars you can get very lucky, because we do have the the lucky factor with Derek in also. Yeah.
Got the magic touch.
Yes.
Yes. So one more question, before I excuse myself again. Brian has asked, for one person who have generalized skill set, how would the company be able to accept this person into your team? Are you willing to provide opportunity to be a specialist?
Yes, who would like to take this question?
Probably I'll take this one in this case, right? I believe that everyone has a starting point, right? Nobody knows everything at day one, right? So I think it's the same here in Clarivate. None of us in this position, we know everything. So my take is that if you're interested in the position, go on and apply for it. You have nothing to lose by applying on it, right? And if there's a chance that you get to speak to one of us or the other hiring managers, right? Go on, kind of like understand the role and everything. Is it something that you like and things like that? And if you really want it so much, right, show it that you really want it, right? And then from that point, I would think that things might work out for you in the end, right? So I would say let's not shy away from opportunities.
Yeah, I agree with Clarified, right? Because at the end of the day, in Clarivate itself, we have people with very different skill sets, right? And it's a very diverse team of skill sets we have over here, right? So generally, we are looking for people with very interesting backgrounds, right? But what we would really want is someone who's really passionate and curious, who is always willing to learn, because we do have the foundations, right? We do give trainings and stuff like that. We spend a lot of time to actually ensure a person that comes in becomes successful as well. So training and a foundation will be given. It's just how you actually fit into the culture and how you actually work yourself up from there.
Great, awesome, thank you. So yeah, in short, basically, in Clarivate, I think they've hired across different kind of backgrounds before, right? And everyone's adapted to like a new, more specialized role. So it is definitely possible. So I have a question of my own now. So what's the future like for the company? How do you see Clarivate evolving in the medium term, let's say?
Maybe I can go ahead for that question, right? So it's really a good question, because this is what I had in my mind even before joining Clarivate, because I come from a very different background, right? So I have read law, and then I was practicing IP law as well. So when moving into Clarivate, it was a totally a different world with people from different background, industries, and experience. So it was me, wondering like how is it gonna be, at least in the coming near future for me as well. So what I noticed basically is that Clarivate has been really growing rapidly. So that's both like, in terms of there's a lot of acquisition of companies with similar kind of areas. So for example, they have expanded on the intellectual property side, and also similarly it's happening on the science part as well. So since it's growing at a very fast momentum, I would say that there are a lot of opportunities created, and it's a platform for everyone to also develop their own skills, both to explore horizontally and vertically as well. I think in a way there's a lot of people coming together to contribute, and as a team we are growing. So there are quite a lot of opportunities to explore and grow even personally in terms of knowledge and expertise.
Thank you, Sri. Oh, I see
Maybe
Brian's up here again.
Oh,
Oh, Shah, you have something to share? Yes, go ahead.
yeah. I just wanted to say that, Clarivate, there continues to build a company for the future by aligning its science brand. So they evolve our practice and maximize our growth potential.
Thank you, Shah. So for anyone who's just jumping in right now, if you haven't sort of realized this yet, we are basically taking questions live from the comments, right? Whether you're watching from Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you ask the question in the comments, and Brian here will just pop up and ask everyone what the question is. So Brian, what is the question from the public?
Yes, a lot of people are really interested in working at Clarivate. So the question is, two questions actually. I'll bring the second one up soon. Gabriela has asked, hi, hello speakers. If someone has an incomplete degree, would you still consider their application or hire them? And then Sonta has asked, healthcare graduates are needed in Clarivate. Perhaps we can answer this too right now.
Well, I can take the question. Going back to how what Kafai was saying earlier, right? So even if you haven't completed your your degree yet, we will still hire you, because end of the day we are looking for people who are actually passionate about the particular job that you're applying. Who is willing to learn. So as long as you have these two top qualities, then you will be able to understand the job, and then work your way up the career ladder eventually. And of course with that, also try to make sure that you complete your whatever degree or education that you wanted to complete on. But we do not just look at just degree holders. We are open to look at even higher diploma holders and all that. So we are very open in terms of that.
Thank you. And the second question, there's a second question, right? Healthcare graduates needed in Clarivate.
Well, if I were to take on from there, from from the question, right? In Claribade, we have a very diversified background of skill sets. So I would say that even for healthcare is also needed here. So I would say that if you see anything that's to your interest, do apply for it. Yeah. So even in my team, I have people who are coming from the biotech background, from engineering background, from pharmacology background. So they're so diverse in this case there. So yeah, I hope you try on.
All right, thank you. Oh, Brian, non-stop action from the public. That's the next question.
Yes.
I didn't even need to prepare any questions, I think. Go on, Brian.
Yes, the crowd is really active, right? So, good evening. What are the most challenging aspects of working in Clarivate?
So I think I'll answer that one. The positive part is be ready to grow. Yeah, because we have a lot of training. The company are supporting you. We also have our program where we can key in what type of training we want. Yeah, and it's all free of charge. The company are giving us this opportunity, and then you can contact your managers anytime. Any training that you need, or if you are interested about going into other business unit, yeah. So be ready to grow with Clarivate.
Nice.
Yeah, I think how I would put it is what is challenging here. I think we look at it as opportunity because, as one of my colleagues was saying earlier, right? Clarivate, constantly acquires companies. So when a new acquisition comes in, there is a lot of, adaptive, things have to be adapted, like product migration. You need to learn about what is migrating the products or the information and the clients and all that, right? But what we do here is we convert the challenge more into an opportunity to make sure how it can be migrated into our systems, how we'll be able to better liaise with the clients, the new clients, and all that. So that's how we keep going and sort of innovating. Yeah.
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 One last
Thank
thing
you.
to add on is
Yeah.
I guess in terms of challenging aspects, right? We have to be agile, right? Because we are really moving very fast in terms of pace wise. We are a growing company and we are actually acquiring a lot of company as well. So a lot of mechanisms. When we talk about moving parts, right? We have to actually move fast to actually adapt to the situation as well. So that's very critical for us at the moment.
Yeah, I can't remember I heard this saying before, but something along the lines of the obstacle is the way, meaning that whatever is challenging about company, that's also where there's a lot of opportunity,
Yep.
right? Right, for
Exactly.
growth and for innovation. Yeah, I love that. So since a couple of people have actually asked the question about like joining Clarivate or whether you're looking for this person and that, can I ask all of you, do you have any particular advice for these people who are looking to join the company? Any tips are tips, Malaysian style.
I think from my experience, I can just share a few things, right? It's more on our individual principles as well, whether you're really, passionate about learning and about, like challenging the status quo, right? So if you want to really grow, I think we will put in our efforts and then probably, then things will fall into place because it's just not about skills and experience alone, but it's more on how we want to build based on the resources that we have. So I think that kind of things are really inbuilt and it comes from us as well. So maybe just a little bit more to, be open to learn and upgrade yourself as well in terms of the value and resources that we want to hold. So boiling down to this just little principles and also aligning with our principles, right? You want to aim for the greatness and then you want to take responsibility by owning your action. So if it's something along the line that you already been practicing, it's going to be a lot more easier when you come into Clarivate.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I,
Sri.
I think it's important to be yourself, right?
Yes. That's what
That's
I
very
was thinking, Alex.
Definitely.
That's the best quality anybody can have.
correct.
Actually,
Yeah.
Alex read my mind. I wanted to say that.
Yeah, but definitely in terms of what we are looking for, we are looking for someone with passion. If you have the expertise and experience, that would be great, right? But the ability to learn and adapt, I think is very important.
Yep.
Like I say, like we are growing, we are learning ourselves day in and day out, right? So the ability to learn and adapt yourself together with us, I think that's very critical.
Thank you, Alex. Brian has a question from the public again.
Yes. Do you hire people out of Penang? I'm willing to relocate as I'm in KL right now. Wow, they
Probably
love Clarivate so much. They're
Oh,
willing
this is
to
a
move.
good question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably I'll take the answer. Everyone's laughing, right?
Hey, actually, we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are one of
Yeah.
those examples.
I'm from
That's
KL.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I just realized I didn't mention very clearly that Claribade is in Penang, right? But Claribade has hired a lot of people from outside of Penang, also within Penang. So yeah. So Kafa, you're from KL and you're in Penang now, is it?
Now working from home, so I'm back in KL, right? Yeah, but can't wait to go back to the office. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Right,
think
right.
A very nice
Sri
place,
is
right?
from Johor, right?
Yeah, so I'm
Three, yeah.
actually I'm from Johor, but I was working in KL, of course. So I came all the way from south to Penang
North.
here.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and actually I would say that most it's a split of 50 to 60 sometimes. It really depends on the team. We have quite a lot of people from other states as well. Yeah.
Sounds good. Even
It's
at
so much
Highly,
fun.
we've considered. Yes, sorry, Ruby.
No, what I wanted to say is I've worked in KL also for the past 10 years. I would say that I never regret my decision actually moving back. I mean moving here in Penang. It's so much more better quality of life, I would say. So for those who
Yay.
actually want to move and get a job here and move here, you are making the right decision, I would say.
That's
I can
actually coming
imagine.
from a
Hey,
local.
nice one, Rupin.
Yeah, true. I'm speaking from
Yeah.
experience, and we have got another two colleagues from one Johor and the other one KL again. And I'm from Taiping actually. So yeah,
Yeah, I was
just
saying
got to
that
be ready.
Highly was considering a second office in Penang too. I mean, that's how much we like Penang. Yeah, so definitely a great place to
Great.
live.
Yes.
What are you waiting for, Derek?
Yeah.
MCO. And
Okay, that's legit
once
reason.
this whole lockdown ends, we are genuinely one of the questions I just asked our staff recently. Oh, how expensive are those beachfront offices in Penang? But I found out recently that I think cannot afford. Anyway, next question: what kind of work culture does the company want to create at Clarivate? Who wants to take this question?
Yeah, I
I
think
can.
from. Oh, sorry.
No, it's
I'll
really good.
just yeah. From my perspective, it's a very open culture in the sense that there's not much hierarchy around. So of course, everybody have their designated roles and positions, right? But there is the way that we can approach anyone from the organization is something which I think is very important, especially as a growing organization. We have a lot to learn together. So it's just not like within a team or within your vertical structures alone. So we can actually discuss with anyone from a different function to understand the business entirely, and it becomes a lot more easier when we are learning other products as well. So it's not limited to just us. So for me, it's an open communication and also how we work together. Probably Rupin or Alex can add in on that.
Yeah. Rupin, you want to go
Yeah.
ahead?
Yes. Just make it short and simple, so Alex, you will have time also for yours. I like what I like here. It's that I mean the teamwork and the partnership, just even within the same team or outside of your department, it's really strong sense of a partnership, I would say. So whether you are having an issue or you need to get something settled, right? Sometimes if you don't have the answers, you can just go and ask anybody for help, and they are actually willing to talk about it and to offer some advice. So that's the beauty about the environment here, I would say. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you,
think
Ruby.
Rupin, yeah, you covered my part, right? But the other thing I want to add is basically, I think the culture we are looking for is the innovativeness and the energy within the company itself, right? So I think that's important because we have a young and vibrant team over here. We are growing, so a lot of ideas are very welcomed, right? And we definitely are looking for opportunities to improve ourselves as well.
All right.
Um,
Thanks,
Maybe I can add
Asha.
on a little bit about that. Yeah. So at Clarivate, confidence, passion, and courage are core to the company culture. Everyone here, we are not afraid to take a stand, form an opinion, or lead the way. Yeah. We want to make an impact and stand out from the competition. We are game changers who think outside of the box. Yeah.
Thank you, Shah. I have another question that's very related to some of the previous questions that asked from the public. In particular, one about if I'm a generalist, I want to be a specialist, and also I know Claribade actually hire a lot of people who are junior or like fresh grads, and the question is around training and development, right? So, what kind of training and development happens in Claribade when employees join you?
Probably I'll just take that one up from the sales team here, right? So typically, we understand that everyone comes from a different background, and likewise, even some who comes in directly fresh from from the university and so on, and they would consider taking up sales as a career, if I may say it right. So here we have a very intensive program that there's a 2 months, at least for my team, right, that we start them off with the product training. And then subsequently, we also offer soft skill training, things like understanding the clients, or we so call it the persona of the organization in this case. And to top that off, I also added some elements into this onboarding trainings to kind of like prepare them before they go out to the field in this case. So the trainings usually is done live, or if I may, to have someone around, right? Due to the current situation, everything has been done virtual in this case, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Kafai.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brian. Oh yes, Shah. Yes, go on.
I wanted to add, but then I saw Brian. I just keep quiet.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead, Shah.
Yeah, to continue what Kafai has said, yeah, okay, because now we are doing it virtually, and also all the trainings are recorded to make our life easier, as we can always play it back when needed. And to add on also, Clarivate also provide us a digital learning platform that engage and inspire staff to learn. Yeah, it will create a new ways of thinking about improving the performance and skills for the team. The program also gives learner the ability to search for content or answers using an in-browser search function. It's a great deal from the process, which has really sharpened the colleagues of our knowledge. Yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Thank you, Shah. Brian, go ahead.
All right, there's actually 3 very interesting questions I want to bring up, but I'll bring it up one by one, okay? One by one first.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Mohammed Helmi has asked, what are the other criteria that hiring managers look for beside passion, qualification, and interest? Will the previous job history be under consideration as well?
I'll take that one. Yeah.
All right, Alex.
I think the quick answer to that, Helmi, the answer is yes. Yeah, we do look at it, right? Because if you have exposure or experience within your job history itself, I think it will be a plus point, right? For example, if we are looking for customer service, we want someone who has some experience dealing with the customers, right? So at least in terms, before we go into the training mode as well, we know what to expect, how you actually can adapt to it and stuff like that. So definitely it's something that we look for as well.
Yeah, I would say it would add a lot of value to the position that you're applying, whether or not it's related to the position, because end of the day, it boils back to the values that you carry, and what and who you have become from that experience that you have gained working all these years. So end of the day, it's about how we actually sell ourselves to the potential employer, I would say. You have to know how to sum it up all together, and then tell them this is the value that I can bring. Some can be shown in papers with qualifications, but sometimes you can't show it in papers. But your years of experience do carry a lot of value, because the knowledge and all the engagements that you get involved in, it does actually bring a lot of value to the company. Yeah.
Great. Brian, was there another question after this?
I think 2 more.
Yes, 2 more. So let's move on to the next one. Right?
Alex has been counting, Okay, my God.
Brian, you must just stay up here and moderate the panel for me. I think I'm not really needed.
I'm taking over right now. Power to the people, right? So yes, Jyoti has asked how Clarivate ensures the organizational culture is maintained when working in a hybrid way.
I think I can address Jyoti's question. It's a very interesting question because it has been quite a challenging time for all of us here, right? And also around the world, of course. So, in terms of our culture, we want to have a lot of engagement, and there are activities planned throughout the year. So, that's both when we are in the office, when we are allowed to be in office premises, and we are not supposed to, right? So, one of those things that we used to do is just, at least for my team, we used to gather through teams, and then we actually catch up on what's happening at their end. And then this is to understand on a broader level. There's also some tea, chai sessions, for the colleagues. And this is just across different functions as well, right? So randomly colleagues are selected to attend a grouping sessions together to share their interest and quick chit chats with the site leads here. So I think this is just one of the few examples that we can highlight. So during when we are on remote working environment, there are also possibilities to maintain our level of engagement.
Thank you. Brian, yes.
All right. Thank you so much. The third question then. Sean has asked, what would be the job nature of a sales training manager?
Oh, very specific. All right.
For Kafai to answer.
Kafai, yes. Go
Not
ahead,
really.
Kafai.
It's
That's the
actually
reason.
for my director to answer. This position is on the same peer level of reporting as myself. So if you say the job nature here would be that you would train the salespeople. Like I said just now, in the past, we all use virtual training, right? I think we realized that virtual training could never replace a face-to-face training. So that's why we kind of wanted a sales trainer, not even one, I think 2 sales trainer position here in Penang, that to help the team here to kind of accelerate and also build confidence in them in this case here, right? So that would be kind of the, if you ask me, the job nature of the sales training manager would be.
Thank you, Kafai. I think those are the 3 questions. I have another interesting question that's on my mind, seeing that Clarivate is obviously a global company. So what kind of internal or global mobility opportunities are there in the company right
now? If I may take on then that, Derek, Clarivate has about 40 entities across the world. And of course, being very aggressive in terms of securing our position or leading the position, right? We are obviously on a yearly basis, we acquire organization, which only leads to more offices around the world. So this dynamics has also created a lot of opportunities to kind of to relocate or to change your current location or different location coming over to Penang per se. So in the end of it, I would say that there's a lot of opportunities available should you be interested to explore on that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kafai. Okay, so I want to sort of jump into some questions specific about you all, but you all can see, which one you want to pick. So what's the most interesting thing about your jobs? Who do you think, who believes they have an interesting job in Clarivate and wants to share what is interesting about their job?
Okay.
I
think
can
I'll
go
go
ahead. Okay. No, looks like all of us have interesting job. That's
That's good.
Yes,
That's a
exactly.
good
Every
sign.
department are interesting. Tell you.
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to compete against Shah. Maybe Shah can go first.
You have to talk over each other, see who's the loudest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, with the world research constantly moving, our team is Scholar One, right? So we make the peer review process simpler for the authors, for the editors, for the reviewers, So what happened is investigation. This is what the Scholar One mostly do on every day. Yeah, the client will call us. They will make inquiry. Why are they unable to submit their manuscript? What is the file that need to be used to upload their images? A lot of question. So the more we investigate, the smarter we are. If you all have heard about it, it's like a smart TV. The more you use, the smarter it be, right? So that is what going on in Scholar One team. And the best part is when we did investigation on a case, right? So we will find out about other thing as well. So this is how we learn. Yeah, it's very interesting to turn ourselves as an inspector gadget, and then when you found out the answer, the solution, you're giving the very best to the client. And when the client send us back the feedback that, oh, this person are being very helpful, they have a magic brain and everything, so we will share with the team. This is the feedback that we get, and we are very happy about that. So that's the most interesting part of our product, actually, Scholar One.
Thank you, Shah. For anyone tuning in now, by the way, if you just jumped in and wonder what's happening, basically this is a live panel. You can actually ask questions directly to the team at Clarivate. Whether you're watching this on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, if you just ask in the comments below, we'll pick it up and they will answer live. There was one question related to culture that I sort of missed just now. I want to ask now. What is like work-life balance like in Clarivate? Yeah, because I'm very curious. Because right now, obviously, everyone's working from home, and I'm not sure what style Clarivate is taking with work-life balance. So, who wants to take this?
I think everyone's looking at me, right?
We are just staring at
Yeah, I can sense the aura there. Well, I don't have an answer, but I have a very good answer that there was once a very humble director of mine who addressed this. And I think I'm just going to resonate what he have told that time to all of us, right? That work-life balance in a way is never a 50-50. It is very individual dependent. There are some individuals who needs a 50-50, some individuals who need 70-30, some individual 90-10, or some individual 100. It's really an individual basis. But I think what's more important when it comes to work-life balance, especially in this tough era of work from home, right? We kind of check on each other to know that, are you well? Are you working fine? Or, things that the well-being, if I may say in this case there, right? So if you ask me a question, I think it's best to leave the work-life balance back to the individuals who is actually taking on the challenge on their own in this case.
Great answer, Kapai. Thank you so much for that. Another question. So again, this would be an individual question. Let's see who has an interesting story here. But why did you decide to join Clarivate? Who has an interesting reason? Why did you decide to join Clarivate?
Okay, since I have the miracle fact, so I will start first. Okay.
All right. Let's go.
To be honest, Clarivate is just my neighbor from my previous company. So I always go past them when I'm going to pray, because the prayer room is right at the end. So when I pass by, I would say like, wow. But then when I join your webinar, when I see all the leaders there, they are so humble, they are so happy, and then they talk to each other. That is what makes me like, I really want to join. And you know what? When I join, nothing is like whatever you see in the screen, that is what happening behind the screen. When you just walk by the leaders, our bosses, they will call, Shah, come, have a seat, talk to me. There is no hierarchy. They have mentioned it also. So when I join, and this is what I'm experiencing, so it's the best workplace ever. They didn't just say it, they really implement that.
Great. I have a follow-up question is related to that. So how do you guys have fun around in Clarivate? I mean, assuming that you're in the office. I know like most of us are not in the office now. But even if you're able to do it remotely, I'm just curious. So how do you all have fun in Clarivate?
Party, food.
Yeah, I think that really circles back to how we are relating ourselves to food, right? So even when we work remotely, there's this chai session to engage, and actually our colleagues do get like small goodie bags. So when the session happens, they all get to have tea together. So the togetherness is always there, and it's always related to food. So when we come back to office, that's all about food. So of course now with this during COVID period, we have these restrictions, but that doesn't really kill the engagement or the liveliness. So we do try to maintain with a lot of activities. So even during the gathering sessions and whatnot, there will be ice-breaking sessions, small little games to just understand colleagues from different departments, because we are not in the office now. So these are just some opportunities to learn about those who are working from other departments, to understand their interests, to get to know them even more better.
And I think just to add on to Sri's point also, we have got a lot of these collaborative spaces, which looks really fun and nice, where, our colleagues can just go on lying on the, beanbag, having a conversation, even if we are not eating, but we are talking and making sure that we are, collaborating and engaging with our colleagues, So yeah, the spaces are really nice and interesting. So in order for you to know, you need to join Clarivate.
Hey, I like the last line.
That's
course,
the
yeah.
sales pitch. and it also sounds like obviously there's a lot of connections, between colleagues and all that, right? So what are your colleagues like in general? Like, how would you describe the colleagues that work in Clarivate?
I'll say they are very passionate, right? We have a very young team which is passionate, which are very vocal as well, right? So they speak their peace of mind. They let us know what they go through and stuff like that, right? So I think we mentioned a lot about the open culture we have also. There's no hierarchy in terms of management as well. And stuff like that, right? So I think it also creates the ability for a person to actually voice out what they really believe in as well, right? So we take all this into considerations, and obviously it's like a family, right? We want a place that everybody's comfortable in terms of environment. That's where we come in and actually take the feedback and actually work on it, right? So I think that's where we are.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
And I think for me, if I didn't have like a specific answer, but if I were to take back just last week, I have 3 encounters with my team. I really want to give a big shout out to my team as well in this. So I will just take the 3 incidents or 3 happy moments that happened last week. So the first one was that we have 2 colleagues who joined in about a month ago. And if you hear me earlier, right, we have this onboarding training, right? So one of them is actually what I call the optimizer junkie. So he kind of like developed or followed through the whole entire series of training that in a way, this is his coming to his first month and actually have completed everything already. So I have teams who are really looking at this. And I have also another teammate who is also very dedicated in her work that, before going for the COVID vaccination, she kind of tell me, I'm going now, but here's are the questions that, once I come back, I want to do this. Can you give me the feedbacks? So I'm very surprised and I say, no, I'm not going to answer you. Just go for your COVID vaccine. That's it. And the last one would be last week was I had the debate with one of the teammate that I have on business. Well, business, there's always, arguing what is the right way to do and how would be the proper way to do, right? So I think we argue a lot, but in the end, she kind of like tell me, this is my stand and this is how it is. So I took a deep breath, I think it back, right? So it's more like, yeah, actually that's even a better way. So to me, how I felt around my team is that they keep me motivated to say that, we keep each other accountable, we help each other out, and we learn from each other to be the better self of ourselves. So taking this opportunity here to give them a big shout out as well.
Thank you, Clarified. Sounds like a very inspiring, passionate group of people to work with, and truly lives your core values, right? Value every voice, right? Yeah. Amazing. I think Shah got a compliment from one of the comments. Shah looks like a very joyful person.
Yes, she is.
Nice. There you go. There it is.
Hey, thank you for that. I am.
Yeah, you'll probably see his CV soon, I imagine. Yeah.
See me soon. make sure you register, and then we will see you soon. Yeah.
So we are approaching the end of the conversation. Again, if anyone has a question, we might still be able to sneak one in. Let's see. But just a few more from me. The first one is, Penang, right? So why choose Penang as a career destination? And maybe what's your favorite thing about Penang? Not just from a career, but your favorite thing as a place to live in. Who wants to take this?
Maybe I can go first since I'm not a local Penang, right? So coming from me, it's something like an outsider giving a broader perspective. So I have been to Penang before, but of course it's more on a touristy side. But as a place itself, the location itself, it's very calming. The effect of being in Penang is totally different than being in any other cities. But more than that, I find that generally the people are very friendly and approachable. So this is just not limited to office environment alone, but also outside from the office as well. And of course people won't actually forget the fact that food is all about when you're in Penang, right? It's famous for a lot of delicacies. So of course, and I see Assam Laksa coming in.
Right.
This is just one of those things. So it's a really a good experience overall. So from all aspects, not just food or people, but I think the vibe being in Penang is entirely different than being in any other cities in Malaysia. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Sri.
I think it's
Who
the
else wants to
breeze,
take a question?
Sri. The sea breeze.
Maybe.
Eh,
There's something
let
about
KL.
living in an island, right? There is
Yes,
something about
yes.
living in an island. Yeah.
The calming effect.
Very close to nature.
Yeah. Let
Yes.
the KL guy, the green shirt guy answer lah.
He doesn't want to comment.
Well, this is what probably if I were to answer it right, this is really the katak di bawah tempurung guy lah. So all my life I have been in KL itself and KL itself, right? So when I got this job opportunity, I'm very grateful and thankful to my family who supported this decision. So it has been very adventurous, just like what Sri said, apart from the food. But to me, what impacted me the most in the Clarivate organization is actually the people. So, what they say that, about Penang people, right? I think a lot of people are talking here, right? It's true. Penang people are very nice in a way. So that kind of like, to me, proven already. I have colleagues who buy food for me. Well, if it's in KL, someone buy food for me, I would probably think, what's the occasion, right? But I think in Penang, they just buy it when they feel like buying it, So it's really different. So, and I kind of like, thank you for this opportunity here.
Eh, Kafai, is this a hint for us Penang people to buy for you when you come in?
You read between the lines very well.
I know you.
If you don't buy for him, you're not nice. So it's like he's sending you a hint.
Well, she cooks for me actually, Shah. All right.
Eh, that one is secret lah, man. You know that, right? With Kafai, no matter how busy he is, you don't need to send him invitation for meeting. You send him one picture of food, he will be ready.
Oh, he's there. Is it? He follows the food. I have a bit of a, hopefully it's a fun question about all of you, basically. So, what 3 words would you use to describe? Not you. What 3 words do you think your team would use to describe your management style? And so for this question, I'm hoping all of you can answer. What 3 words do you think your team would use to describe your management style?
We haven't really had a survey across with our team members. But this is
What's
just based on
your
our
best
assumption. Yeah, my best guess is that approachable, effective, and probably cooperative. Yeah, but I can, probably check with my team, and then once you guys like join Clarivate, you can check with my team as well.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be calm, passionate, and probably fun.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
For me, go ahead, Rupin.
Never, go ahead, Shah. Don't worry, go ahead.
For me, maybe they will say that approachable and happy-go-lucky, and then effective.
I'll add in for you, Shah, bubbly.
Bubbly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. Later, Starbucks, huh?
Yeah, mine would be, I think, open, approachable, and always, trying to look out for, solutions. Whenever we are faced with problems, always try to think of a solution first. I think that's what I always remind them. So probably that's what they would remember about me. I don't know, I might be wrong. Yeah.
Thank you, Rupin. I believe you're the one.
I wouldn't know what they think of me. I hope they don't think anything bad. But for me, I kind of like have this impression that being a leader, at the end of the day, we are here to build the next generation of leaders. So I have always been keeping that on top of my mind. So I try to involve them in every activities that I do, so that they understand the processes, they understand the big picture. And at the same time, encourage them that, nothing is too small that they do, because every small things that they do leads to bigger things eventually, right? But if you choose not to do anything at all, there won't be even a big thing to happen next. So probably that's my approach, and I hope they feel the same.
Thank you, Clarify.
Yeah.
So now we are literally right at the end of the event of this conversation. I have one final question, and because there's lots of people who obviously interested to apply to Clarivate, I mean the link is there, hiredly.com/Clarivate. But out of curiosity, what role? Let me think of the exact question. Okay, what kind of people are you looking to hire right now? Which are the fastest growing departments? Yes, people can check on the link, but which are the fastest growing departments right now in Clarivate?
That's a tough one, right? But I'm
Every
gonna
team is
try to
growing very
take it.
fast.
Yeah, every team is growing, right? Because I think we are acquiring, and definitely we are really looking down the pipeline that we know that we are gonna grow further, right? But if I have to pick, I'm gonna pick my team, which is customer service. But I know that sales and the other teams are really growing very fast as well.
Yeah,
Right.
just for everybody's information, I think I just want to add on to Alex's point. Customer service team is one of the biggest team here in Clarivat. So and then comes the content management team, and these are some of the teams that are constantly hiring and looking out for people, because whenever we do acquisitions, we are actually looking at new products, and of course then we want to build a customer service team that can actually adapt and prove the functions for this particular acquisitions, and then all the other supporting, I think, like sales, auto management, and all the other departments will come along, HR and all that. Yeah.
Thank you. And with that, we're at the close right now. So I thank you, the panel here today, for sharing your stories, what happens in Claribade. You've been a very engaging bunch, really funny. And as I was saying before we started, right, one thing I really love about moderating the Claribade sessions, like every group, this is the third group I'm moderating, is that there is a lot of laughter, right? Whether it was like the senior management team to the juniors, etc. So I think it is a reflection of, I suppose, the general culture. Even though it's not in your core value, I laugh a lot, right? But it does sound like that.
You might have one soon.
This one is the
You might
hidden,
have
the hidden
a
part.
one laugh a lot. Yeah, that's
No,
right.
but we, Derek, just to add on that, our CEO actually has come up with this new saying, which we have on our t-shirts. Laughter is the instant vacation. So, because that's a very timely and nice quote during this time, because as you know, we can't go for any vacation, right? So, he thinks about all this kind of stuff, So to us, we laugh because we can't go anywhere, but laughter actually takes us everywhere in a way.
Right.
Well, laughing better than crying, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek, at the same time, I think all of us here from Clarivate would also like to thank you, for giving us this opportunity. Working with Hirely, I think this is a very good platform to kind of like let the applicant to know about the company or the people that they might be working with. So thanks again for inviting us. We look forward that we would have more futures sessions like this together, whether it's us again or anyone else from Clarivate.
Agree.
Yes, agree.
Yes, and hopefully someone that's asking the question in the comments today is going to pop up in the panel next time. Okay, that's the dream.
Let's see.
and again, once this whole MCO thing is over, I mean, right now this session is live in July 2021. So you might be watching a recording somewhere in sometime in the future, but hopefully, I will be able to visit all of you in Penang one day once things are back to normal.
Yes.
Right, great. So I believe you have a video to play for everyone to watch just as we close. So thank you everyone again, and we'll speak to all of you soon. If you're interested again to look at jobs at Clarivate, it's hirely.com/Clarivate. The link is right down there in the banner. Awesome. Thank you everyone.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye everyone. Stay safe. Take care.
Bye.
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 We believe human ingenuity can change the world and improve our future. We are accelerating the transformation of the GBC to a center of expertise. We definitely look forward to build a platform to enable a digitalized community within the Global Business Center.
At first, I'm very skeptical towards the Claribate slogan, the best workplace ever. But when I started to join Claribate, I can see that they really cares everyone and value every voices for the Claribate members. And I can see that they really put effort to give a tip-top training to all the Clarivate members towards excellence. I'm very glad that I've been a part of Clarivate members.
Expected a formal onboarding process as usual, but in reality, I went through the process with the site leadership team, which was a great experience. The team was warm and welcoming. That made me feel so excited to start my roles and contribute for Penang GBC growth as well.
When I think about work environment and culture, Clarivate has a lot of strong points. The main matter is teamwork. To achieve our target, we need to involve many divisions. It's impossible to complete alone. Moreover, we have a lot of different nationalities in our company. What we are thinking importantly is we are respecting each other equally and everyone has same mindset since beginning.
In Clarivate, we talk about innovation, simplicity, and scalability. The Penang GBC is always about up and running on innovation culture. We would like our colleagues to be able to do things simplified and also scalable to support our global customers. Thank you and welcome to Clarivate.
At Clarivate, we are aligned with the SOP as required by the local government, which includes scanning the QR code, checking our temperature, and sanitizing our hands before we enter the premises. All our colleagues wear masks and maintain social distancing. At Clarivate, our priority is to ensure all our colleagues feel safe and comfortable to work from the office.
Being at the right place at the right time with like-minded people is a dream for many. Here in Clarivate, we are living our dreams, and there are more new opportunities to be grabbed. Come and join us at Clarivate and experience the best workplace ever on your own at every stage.
Hello there. If you have selected Clarivate as your option, you have made the right choice. Come and join us because this is the best workplace ever. See you soon.
一緒に頑張りましょう。
欢迎加入我们。Marilah bekerja bersama-sama.
Mangga, include the intercollegiate.
Let's go together at Clarivate.